welcome to Bob the Solver, which is an infrastructure for intent-based transactions. So, what are intents? Intents are basically desired outcomes that users want, and while transactions, which is the current paradigm through which we interact with blockchain, are the actions that must be performed. So, an example would be for intent that a user wants to buy XYZ NFT on Polygon. But then to execute this, if the user just has assets on Ethereum, they first have to swap, then bridge, then do again then perform another swap, and then buy the NFT and define the price that they want to. But initially, they just had this intent that they want to buy this NFT, or they would want to buy the NFT when it's raining or with a croissant, whatever. But why do we really need intents? Users currently need to define transactions, but like defining transactions is complicated. Users need to know about all protocols and how to interact with them. They need to know about gas management, nonce management, and they also need to know about all kind of transactions, swapping, bridging, etc., etc. Users, even though they figure it out, they do it in an unoptimized way. Hence, they don't get the best rates. They get front run or attacked, MEV attacked, and it's also time taking and frustrating. A solution here is that you outsource the transaction creation to a trusted third party and then enable transaction execution through an account abstraction wallet. Introducing Bob the intent solver. Bob is an sophisticated solver that basically picks up intents and generates transactions from intents without taking the full control from the user. And then it gets executed through an account abstraction wallet. Uh, this paradigm basically enables us to get a better UX and better efficiency. So this is the demo of an implementation of Bob running at the backend of a chat-based UI. Uh, let's give Bob an prompt where we ask him to give the best maximum USD tokens against 0.1 matic. And what Bob does, it figures out that it will require a swap of zero point 0.1 matic, and then even once the user is fine with this transaction, it then goes ahead and executes it. It also asks for a second factor authentication through Touch ID, which is powered by Banana's SDK's account abstraction wallet. And as we can see after a while that the transaction happened. Now let's pick a more sophisticated example which would require bridging and staking multiple transactions at the same. So here we ask Bob to stake 0.002 matic for the best yield, and Bob does its magic and it figures out that this will require uh, to get the best yield. This will require a bridging and then staking on an Aave staking contract. And once the user authenticates that he's fine with this, gives two-factor authentication, we go ahead and see that the transaction is executed, and then we can also confirm that there was a bridge transaction as well between Polygon and Avalanche. Now, given Rob is a sophisticated solver, it can also identify certain things which might be harmful for the user. For example, here the user wants to bid 10 ETH, but then Bob for an NFT, but then Bob realizes that the current price is just 5.6 ETH, so it just warns the user that this might not be the most optimal thing to do.